In this video, I would like to tell you more about Microsoft 365 backups and why is it important to backup even your cloud environment. Because there are people or even organizations that think that we have moved to the cloud. It's the responsibility of the provider to keep it available and do the backups for us. Well, yes and no. So when we are talking about um, cloud providers such as Microsoft, it's definitely a reliable cloud provider. They definitely take care of your data, of your files, of your information that you store in the cloud. They have their own internal backups. It's totally fine. So you don't probably need to worry about some outage or unavailability of your data because there is some technical issue on Microsoft side. But there are other scenarios as well that organizations tend to forget. One very typical thing is that a reason for having your own backups is that you actually delete something from the cloud and then you find out that you actually need it back, but it's gone. You deleted it. Microsoft most likely will not be able to recover the files for you, even though they have their own internal backups. If you don't have a backup solution for your data, you will probably not be able to get the files back. So you may delete the files yourself by mistake or because you just think that you will not need it any longer, or probably even more likely scenario is that an employee deletes the files because, for instance, they are leaving the organization because they were fired, and they say, okay, now let's delete everything from the cloud. And you find it out later on, and the files are already gone. Of course, there are two recycle bins or two levels of recycle bins in the cloud. First level recycle bin, which is the user recycle bin. Users can recover the files themselves from this recycle bin. And then once the files are deleted from the first level recycle bin, the files are still available in the second level recycle bin, which is available only to administrators. So even if the end user deletes the files from the first level recycle bin, you still can recover the files from the second level recycle bin. But the second level recycle bin has also some retention period configured. And after the retention period is reached, the files are deleted permanently, and then there is no way how you can actually recover the files. And it might be really the case. I have seen it in the past, and that's one of the strongest reasons why you should back up your data. Larger organizations, they are usually aware of it and they have a backup solution in place. Small organizations or smaller companies, government organizations, they usually don't know about it, or they don't think about it, or they don't realize the other aspects, that just the fact that it's in the cloud doesn't mean that you don't have to back up the data because of the reasons that I just mentioned. So I see backups configured in most cases for large organizations. I don't see backups configured, unfortunately, in most cases for small organizations because they think it's in the cloud. We don't need to worry about it. So, like I said, from a technical point of view, the likelihood that you will lose data in the cloud because of some technical issue on the cloud provider side is very limited if it's a trustworthy cloud provider such as Microsoft. The likelihood is much higher if you have your own email server or your own file server locally in your office. But on the other hand, there are other cases when you need a proper backup solution, like the one that I mentioned previously, when you delete something and then you realize you need it back. There are also other reasons that are maybe related to compliance, such as that you need to preserve information for some specific period of time that's defined by the law. So for instance, HIPAA or other laws, local laws in countries may require you to preserve some type of information, or maybe even all information that you produce within your organization for a specified period of time, such as 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, something like that. And then the only way how you can actually preserve the information is either you configure something like in-place hold or litigation hold in the cloud, or you have your own backups configured that actually preserve all information locally for a specified period of time. So even if your users or you delete something from the cloud, it's still recoverable or available in your backups for the specified period of time. So compliance or legal requirements can be another reason for having backups. And it's actually very often cheaper to have an on-site backup than having licenses for litigation holds in the cloud. All right, so these are the reasons for having backups. Then how you can actually backup your data from the cloud. There is a built-in solution that's available directly in the cloud. So if you open Microsoft 365 Admin Center, admin.microsoft.com, and go to settings, you can go to Microsoft 365 Backup and configure backup directly from here. This backup is directly provided by Microsoft. It allows you to backup data from SharePoint, Exchange, and OneDrive and store it technically in Azure. It's a good way. It's directly integrated. You don't need to configure anything. You don't need to worry about the connectors, the potential changes in the future that may break it, because it's provided directly by Microsoft. On the other hand, if your environment is compromised or affected by some serious outage, then your backup might not be available either if it's sitting in the same tenant. So imagine a situation where some threat actor would be able to get access to your global admin account. This user or this threat actor would be potentially able to affect also the configuration of the backup or the backup data itself. So there are advantages, obviously, because it's directly provided by Microsoft. It's integrated. You can just enable it and you're done with it. But on the other hand, there are also some disadvantages, like the one that I mentioned. Another disadvantage might be that it's actually quite expensive, or at least there are other backup options available that are much cheaper. So you can find some backup provider, or there are services, external services that provide or that can offer you some cloud backup solution as well. Or you can buy a solution, for instance, from Veeam. Veeam is one of the most trusted, most used backup solution in general for enterprises. It's definitely enterprise ready. They have support, they have everything. Many very large international organizations use Veeam Backup because, like I said, it's an enterprise solution for data backup. But this might not be also the best option for small organizations because it's an enterprise solution. It comes also with an enterprise price, which might be a little too high for small organizations that don't have the needs for all of the enterprise features that they offer. So you can also look around for other solutions. You can leverage Synologies. You can use some other backup solutions that are available on the market. If you want to talk about the backup solutions that are available and you want to help with backup of your cloud environment, you can contact me directly. I have practical experience with Microsoft 365 backups. I have my own backup solution available, so I can help you with the configuration. I can actually also provide you with the backup solution completely. So if you want to offload it to an external vendor and don't worry about it at all, I can do that for you completely. So let me know, contact me directly, let me know in the comments. I will be more than happy to talk about it and potentially help you with the cloud backups. That's all from my side for today. So think about it. If you don't backup your environment yet, definitely start doing something about it, because you should back up your environment. Either find a cloud solution provider that will do it for you, leverage this Microsoft 365 backup, or contact me and we can talk. That's all from my side for today. Don't forget to follow my Cybersecurity World blog. You can also follow my personal profile on social networks such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Mastodon, Blue Sky, or Threads. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time.